Hey guys, my name is Nyla. Thank you for watching my video today. Today I'm going to be sharing my experience as a contestant at Miss New Jersey 2024. I know that it is now September, and at this point the 2024 season is extremely irrelevant. There were a lot of things that I wanted to share and talk about in regards to my personal experience, and I felt like in order for me to heal from the experience, move on and let it go, I felt like for months I just been left so. Since the competition has been over, I felt like I've just been dealing with a lot of emotions and frustrations towards it, a lot of resentment towards it, and I just had this heaviness in my heart all summer, to be completely transparent. I've been working on, moving forward and being positive and not really taking it so seriously, and not internalizing the results of the pageant weekend and what people said, but it hurt a lot. I was like contemplating for a while, should I make a video and talk about my experience, talk about how I was feeling and just release it? I think that everyone deals with the results of pageant weekend different. I've been feeling like I've been in bondage. Now, for people who don't know anything about pageantry, or you've never been a contestant and you're looking at me like, girl, it's not that serious. It's not in the bigger scheme of life, but it takes a toll on you. I will say that. I've also been a little nervous sharing this video out because I thought about the consequences of my actions, but at this point, I don't care. I'm a grown woman. This is my experience. Take it or leave it. So this year was my third year competing at Miss New Jersey. To be honest, I was super duper excited about this pageant season. I started prepping, I would say like July, August of 2023. That's when I really started to go hard and try to get sponsors, because if y'all don't know, pageantry is very expensive. I know every state entry fee is different, but New Jersey is expensive. So you really gotta, if you don't have money, and got a good paying job, you gotta go hard with the sponsors. Like, we all know this. This is not a secret. So I spent, I would say, the better half of last July, August, and September of 2023 working on sponsors, and I was so blessed in that regard. I had so much support, so I was really, really excited about the competition. About mid to the end of September is when I started doing my more so hardcore training, interview training, walking, gown walk, swim walk, routines. What are we doing? Are we spinning? I know a lot of you guys don't know me personally, and a lot of you guys have never even seen me compete, and that's completely okay. But one thing I do know about myself is that I am very intense when it comes to competition season, and when I am in my training mode, I am very intense. Like, I don't want to say I nitpick myself, but I peep everything that is out of line. Like my posture, my feet, what's going on with my hips, what's going on with my neck, like what is going on. I was training twice a week, and I also kind of still trained on my own. So really, I was on every day, Monday to Friday. I was on. I was never off. I was never off with training. It was consistent. I also was really excited this year because I was very proud. I was very proud of my platform and, well, my multiple platforms, how hard I worked on them, and I was able to give back to the community with them. And I felt like the years prior to me competing, yeah, I had a platform, but I just said it because it sounded good. I wasn't doing any type of community service. I wasn't really, it was more of so like, yeah, if I miss New Jersey, this is what I will do. But it wasn't how I was this year, where it was like in my interview, I said, no, this is what I've been doing. This is what I'm already doing. And this is what I'm going to continue doing. I was super duper excited about the competition. Personally, I wasn't nervous. I felt so relieved. I was so ready to just go and compete and have fun. I was ready to show off my months and months of hard work. Like, I really was like, you know what? This is gonna be a good competition weekend. We have some fierce competitors coming. Like, I was excited about it. Like, I really genuinely was at peace with pageant weekend. So fast forward to prelims. I can't even, I'm getting emotional even thinking about it. Prelims pissed me off. They did. My favorite part of the competition is swimsuit. Last year, I rocked my swimsuit. I got the best swim performance award, which was great. So this year, you know, I had the confidence of that, but I just genuinely love the swimsuit competition. This year, no. Once I got to the bottom of the stage and I turned around, my whole face was just over it. I was so disappointed. I was disappointed with my performance. I was honestly a little upset that we did not perform with sarong. The floor was so sticky. So it was like I did like a 3-turn pivot, I guess I can call it. And I kind of got stuck in my pivot a little bit. And I had to really like whip my body to keep going forward and keep pumping down the stage. And I just overall, I was not happy with my performance. I'm not going to lie too. I don't necessarily want to say I counted myself out during swim. But okay, so this is kind of how competitions work sometimes. Depending on where you're standing in your group. So for me, I was in a group of, although we all were in a long line, it's kind of like groups of 5. So whoever is standing on the stage with you while you're going down, I think of it as I have to beat these people in this group to move on to semifinals. Like I have to beat these people in this group. So for me, I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling very insecure before I even got on stage because I had 3 really good competitors in my group, and they're great and they did a phenomenal job. But you know, I started doing the comparing and the contrasting. I'm like, well, my thighs are thicker, they're more toned, they have abs, I don't, they're wearing a 2-piece, I'm not, that type of thing. But at the same time, I was reminding myself, like, girl, you always slay, you kill swimsuit walk, like just do your thing and have fun. That's really it. But I'm not gonna lie, those unhealthy thoughts were circling through my brain when I was backstage. Gown pissed me off. My gown was beautiful. I wore a portrait in scarlet. It was amazing. I adored my gown, but I was pissed off. In my gown routine that I've been practicing for over 8 months, I had 2 spins in it, and I was really excited because it just showed my elegance, my grace. It also showed off the gown, so I was really excited about it. Right before I went on stage, I was told by the stage crew, no more spins, no one's spinning anymore. I didn't understand why. You know, there was no explanation. It just was no more spins. Now, in my head, I said, well, 30 girls have gone already and they did their spin. So is it gonna hurt that I do mine? In that split second, I thought about it. I said, well, I don't want to go against what they're saying. Like, I don't wanna go on stage, do my routine full out, including the spins, and now they're looking at me like, well, how can she possibly even go to Miss USA? She can't even take clear directions here at the state pageant. Why would we push her forward? She don't listen. That was my mentality. I decided to listen, and it was the worst mistake I could have ever made. I didn't even put one foot out of the other. Somehow the sequence at the bottom of my gown got stuck underneath my heel, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And as I kept walking, I tried to like kick my foot out so that the dress will fall from underneath the heel so I can continue walking freely. It wouldn't. Each step that I took, the dress kept going more like this. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. I was so frustrated. I was frustrated because my dress is stuck and I'm trying to walk, keep my poise, keep my posture, keep my face, keep the smile. And everything is, I'm literally having a wardrobe malfunction, like literally. But nonetheless, I still gave my performance. I didn't show it on my face. I did the fake routine because I didn't even get to show what I've been freaking working on for 8-9 months because no spins. Whatever. I was just over prelims. I was over the whole entire thing. After the show, everyone's like, family and friends, and my family came out, and honestly, when I came from behind the stage and came out to greet my family, I didn't even want to look at them. I honestly walked towards them and was shaking my head, and they're like, what's wrong? I said, I'm sorry that y'all all sat here and paid freaking almost $60-70 each to see that, because that wasn't even my best performance, number 1. Number 2, I had a wardrobe malfunction. Number 3, that wasn't my routine. I was just livid. I was livid that I dedicated all my time, my energy, my money, my mental space, my emotional capacity to 60 seconds on stage, and none of it worked. My coach was there, and she actually recorded some of the footage. My family recorded a lot. Now, when I watched my swim back, I was like, oh, like, this looks really, really good. Like, I'm sharp. I'm sharp. Not as sharp as I want to be, because I know we are our own worst critic, but it was sharp. So I said, okay, I am actually happy with swim. I retract everything that I said. Even gown, I said, you know what? With gown, I was proud of my gown routine, considering I had to think on the spot and be plain and do nothing and just walk up and down the stage. But I thought I looked beautiful. I looked graceful. I was like, you know what? I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. My ultimate goal for the 2024 season was to place, because I never placed. All I wanted was to place in the top 20. I didn't need to be in the top 5. My goal was to do better than I did last year. That's all I wanted to do better. And I did. I did do better. However, the results were wild. And I know I was not the only person that was confused about it either. So just to start it, I didn't place at all. Nothing. I was confused, honestly. And when I didn't place, I personally actually walked off stage. I was like, you know what? I feel like an idiot. I feel so stupid to keep coming back every year, listening to the feedback that I'm receiving, making these huge improvements, this huge progress. At that point, I was just kind of like, what am I competing for? I didn't spend $6,000 this competition season to make friends. I came here to place, to do better than what I did last year. And the thing that pissed me off the most was I did do great. Out of the top 20, 13 of the contestants made sense. The other half did not. I don't care what anyone has to say. I knew that. Some of the people who names were called was confused. They knew that, and the audience knew that. That didn't make no sense. I requested feedback from the judges. I was told that I had a strong interview. I was told that although my swim was good, my body was not physically ready to go to Miss USA, and I did good for gown, but they noticed I had a wardrobe malfunction. If I had a good interview is 50%, I should be placing. In the top 20, there were 3 plus size contestants. I'm very happy for them. Yes, that's amazing. But you can't say I'm not physically ready to go to Miss USA, but then have plus size contestants that's placing in the top 20. Make it make sense. And lastly, if I did good in the following categories, but you saw that during gown I was having a wardrobe malfunction, wouldn't you want to give me another chance to go back out there and try again for semifinals? Like, wouldn't you want me to see me perform full out? Like, that is my thought process here. No shade, no tea, but it was a huge, one big fat contradiction. I do not care. I do not care. It made no sense. It just didn't. And the reason why this topic gets my blood boiling is because I gave so much to this season. I've gave so much of my life to this for years. It's like at a certain point when you know you're putting in the work, can I at least place? I'm not asking to win. I'm not asking to go to Miss USA. I just want to place and show myself that, hey, like, hard work does pay off. But does it? I walked away Sunday night during pageant weekend feeling very stupid for coming back, stupid for competing, empty inside, broke, very frustrated, defeated, very defeated. I asked myself, what do I do this for? Why am I doing this? Is it for validation? Is it so people can see me and look at me? I don't need this in my life. Like, this is hurting me. This is hurting my mental health, literally. Like, I cannot do it. A few days after the pageant, there was a past winner who wanted to host an online workshop, which I thought was beautiful. And it was to help, basically like an emotional support shop of, like, you know, helping the girls that didn't place, or they did and just didn't win, whatever, like helping everybody move on and grow from the experience, but was charging everybody $50 a pop. Honestly, I was so disgusted by that. How you sitting here trying to be a mentor and help everyone who's literally heartbroken, about the competition, who's upset about the competition, but then charging $50 per head like we all didn't just spend thousands of dollars. Like, if you really cared, it would have been free. Don't try to get a financial come up off of people's emotions. That is messed up. I don't care. That is messed up. No. So the part that caused me the most frustration and was the most damaging to my mental health and emotional health was the big contradiction of the entire pageant. I requested feedback from the judges because I needed to know what was the problem. What do I need to work on? What is it? They said I had one of the best interviews. Interview is 50%. I didn't place. They said that I had a high score for swim. I didn't place. They was like, yeah, you did good in gown, but we noticed that you had a wardrobe malfunction. There were 3 girls in the top 20 that were 3 times my size, which is amazing. I advocate for body positivity all of the time, but you can't tell me that I'm not physically ready to go to Miss USA. I'm a size 4. How much ready can I get? But you have plus size people that's placing that you know you're not sending to the USA. You taking up spots, in my personal opinion. Honestly, everything I'm saying might not be the nicest, but it's real, it's raw, and it's true. I want to make this very clear. Pageantry is still a passion of mine. I would love to be a part of it in a different capacity. I don't think I need to be a contestant anymore. Ultimately, I just wanted to make this video to share my experience. Personally, I felt like a lot of people were really sad about pageant weekend, but kind of just ate it and swept it under the rug. But for me, it just festered in other ways. And now I feel like I'm picking up myself, like picking up the pieces of myself. I have to go work on my self-esteem and work on my self-image and actually love myself, because it just completely took everything away from me and out of my spirit. And I just felt really alone in that. And I don't know, I'm like, maybe this video will help somebody else or someone else can resonate with this. I don't know, but I just had to get it off of my chest because it has been so heavy on me, and it made me question myself as a woman. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that if there's a fellow contestant in New Jersey or maybe another state or even another pageant system, if you found comfort in this video, I'm happy, because I just want you to know that your emotions are valid and no one can take that away from you. Your experience is valid for you.